In the heart of a gleaming city skyline, where luxury cars zipped through streets lined with towering glass empires, a billionaire named Alexander Voss paced the sterile halls of the world's most advanced hospital. His newborn daughter, little Isabella, lay in an incubator, her tiny chest rising and falling with labored breaths. Born with a rare genetic disorder that twisted her fragile organs, doctors had shaken their heads gravely. "There's no hope," they whispered. Treatments failed one after another, and Alexander's vast fortune, built from tech innovations that changed the world, could buy everything except a miracle. But miracles, as it turns out, sometimes come from the unlikeliest places. This is the story of how a poor girl named Maria did the unthinkable, turning despair into dawn. Stick around to the end, it's a tearjerker that might just restore your faith in humanity. And if it does, smash that like button and subscribe for more stories that prove kindness can conquer all. Alexander Voss was a man who had it all: a sprawling mansion overlooking the ocean, private jets at his beck and call, and a business empire worth billions. But when his wife passed away during childbirth, leaving him with Isabella, his world shattered. The baby girl's condition was dire, a mutation so rare that only a handful of cases existed worldwide. Specialists flew in from every corner of the globe, funded by Alexander's endless resources. Experimental drugs, gene therapies, even black market trials, nothing worked. Isabella's tiny body weakened day by day, her cries growing fainter. Alexander, once a ruthless negotiator in boardrooms, now begged on his knees for answers. "I'll give everything," he vowed to the heavens. "Just save her." The media swarmed, dubbing it the billionaire's heartbreak, but behind the headlines, hope was fading like a dying star. Enter Maria Ruiz, a 22-year-old from the city's forgotten slums. She worked as a cleaner in the hospital, scrubbing floors and emptying bins for pennies an hour. Maria's life was a far cry from Alexander's. Raised by a single mother in a cramped apartment where the roof leaked during rains, she dreamed of becoming a nurse but could barely afford community college classes. Her own hardships had forged a quiet strength. She'd lost her little brother to a similar illness years ago, when poverty barred them from proper care. Maria often lingered near the NICU after shifts, her heart aching for the babies fighting silent battles. One night, as she mopped the hallway outside Isabella's room, she overheard the doctor's final verdict: she's got days, at best. No compatible donor, no cure in sight. That conversation haunted Maria. She couldn't shake the image of Isabella's innocent face, those wide eyes mirroring her brother's. But what could she do? She was nobody, a girl with calloused hands and empty pockets. Then, in a moment of reckless courage, Maria dug into her past. She remembered whispers from her grandmother about an ancient herbal remedy from their village roots, dismissed by modern medicine but credited with saving lives in desperate times. It involved a rare plant from the Amazon, one that boosted immunity in ways science hadn't fully explained. Maria knew it was a long shot, unthinkable even. Smuggling untested herbs into a high-tech hospital could cost her job, her freedom, maybe her life if it went wrong. But as she watched Alexander crumble outside the glass, holding back sobs, something inside her snapped. If money can't save her, she thought, maybe heart can. The challenge was immense. Maria scraped together her savings, barely enough for a bus ticket, and called in every favor from her tight-knit community. Her best friend, a truck driver, helped her connect with relatives back in the village who harvested the plant under the cover of night. Smuggling it past airport security? That was the first hurdle, her hands trembling as she hid the dried leaves in a hollowed-out book. Back in the city, she faced skepticism from a sympathetic nurse who'd noticed her dedication. "This could kill you both," the nurse warned. Maria nodded, tears streaming. "Or save her. Isn't that worth the risk?" Sneaking into the hospital's lab after hours, Maria ground the herbs into a paste, mixing it with Isabella's formula under the dim glow of her phone's flashlight. Her heart pounded. Security cameras loomed, and one wrong move meant arrest. But she thought of her brother, of all the nobodies the world ignored, and pressed on. The resolution came swiftly, like a storm breaking. The next morning, Isabella's monitors beeped differently, stronger, steadier. Doctors rushed in, baffled as tests showed her immune system rallying, the genetic flaw stabilizing against all odds. Alexander demanded answers, and when Maria confessed, trembling in her uniform, he stared in disbelief. You risked everything for my child," he choked out. The unthinkable act wasn't just the herb, it was Maria's selflessness, bridging worlds divided by wealth. Investigations followed, but the plant's compounds were analyzed and found to contain a natural enzyme that modern drugs had overlooked. It wasn't a full cure, but it bought time for a tailored treatment that saved Isabella's life. Months later, Isabella thrived in her father's arms, her laughter echoing through the mansion. Alexander, forever changed, founded a foundation in Maria's name, funding healthcare for the underserved. Maria? She got her nursing degree on a full scholarship, her story inspiring millions. In a world that values money over mercy, Maria proved that true wealth lies in compassion. Sometimes, the poorest among us hold the greatest power to heal. If this tale of hope and heroism moved you, give it a thumbs up, it helps spread these stories far and wide. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications, we've got more emotional journeys coming your way. What's your takeaway from Maria's unthinkable act? Drop it in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Remember, one act of kindness can change everything.